Wayne County Commission to order. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Anderson,
Here.
Commissioner Basham,
Here.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Here.
Commissioner Clark Coleman, Commissioner Clark Coleman,
She's here.
Here.
Commissioner Dobb,
Here.
Commissioner Hattis,
Present.
Commissioner Killeen,
Yep.
Commissioner Knizik,
Here.
Commissioner Marecki,
Here.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Here.
Commissioner Scott,
Present.
Commissioner Varga,
Present.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Ware,
Present.
Vice Chair Palomera,
Here.
Chair Bell.
Here.
You have a quorum present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next item, please.
Invocation.
Okay, today we have to introduce our invocator today, Vice Chair Palomero. Turn it over to you, sir.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Leading our invocation today is someone we know and work with, not only a legal legend, but also a man who just as easily could have been a successful clergyman. He's a magna cum laude graduate of the University of Michigan, serves as a lector at St. Colette's Church, and today will serve as our virtual man of the cloth. Leading us in spiritual reflection and divinity is Mr. Alan C. Helmkamp. Counselor?
Amen.
Thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
The message this morning is about the power of prayer. From 1 Timothy chapter 2. I exhort, therefore, that, first of all, supplications, prayers, intercessions, and giving of thanks be made for all, for kings and for all that are in authority, that we may lead a quiet and peaceable life in all godliness and honesty. Let us pray. We give thanks, Lord, for the many blessings bestowed upon us, and particularly upon our members and colleagues who participate in public life and who stood before the electorate on Tuesday and achieved success. As we continue toward November, let their efforts be renewed in humility for the common good, and with wisdom and commitment for what is best and just for all, including those most in need. God bless and guard our families, friends, and all our people. God bless our county, state, and nation and its leaders. God grant us health, safety, and peace. And finally, God grant us the personal intercessions lifted in the silence of our hearts. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Mr. Helmkamp, for that wonderful prayer. Thank you so much.
Sure, thank you.
Next item, Madam Clerk.
Reading, correcting, and approval of the journal.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Ware.
Move approval.
Support?
Been moved and supported. Is there any discussion?
Was that Vice Chair Palomera?
Yes, it was.
Thank you.
Any discussion on the reading correction of the journal? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Report from the chair.
Thank you. Just a couple of things from me. One, actually, the coronavirus is still here with us. So I just want to just encourage everyone to continue to be safe, wear your mask, practice social distancing. And I also want to say how happy I was to hear the governor proclaim racism as a public health crisis. I think she received that message strongly from the counties that did this work first, from Kalamazoo on the western side of the state to Oakland, Washtenaw, and Macomb County here, and of course us here in Wayne County. So she took that information that we did and put it statewide. So I'm very proud of her for doing that. And hopefully we'll see some actual tangible resolve on this issue so that we can make sure that everyone has a just health system and that everything, any issue that you may have, no matter of your race, is taken seriously, because we do know that some people did not get taken seriously at the beginning of this coronavirus, and that we put in protocols to make sure that everyone has a safety net close to their home because not everyone drives. So we're looking for some tangible action from the state on this issue, and of course here in Wayne County as well. At this time, I would also like to turn it over to Sam Baydoun. He has a word that he'd like to share with us.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to begin by calling for a moment of silence in remembrance of all the innocent people who lost their lives during the horrific explosion this past Tuesday in Beirut, Lebanon. Thank you. Today, my heart is aching for my native country of Lebanon. This past Tuesday's huge explosion leveled the entire area of the Beirut port. Over 200 people were killed, over 5,000 injured. This massive explosion registered as 4.5 earthquake and was felt 150 miles away. The losses are estimated to be $5 billion. I call on all of us joining in on this meeting today to stand in solidarity with the victims, their heartbroken families, and their relatives living here in the United States, especially those who call Wayne County home. Many of the families affected are still awaiting word on the fate of relatives missing or forced to relocate as a result of this catastrophe. Lebanese Americans are part of the fabric of our county and have been for so many years. As we all know, Michigan is home to the nation's largest population of Lebanese Americans. And in these difficult times, let us offer all the comfort we can to those whose loved ones have been so seriously affected by this tragedy. Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, fellow commissioners, for allowing me to express sympathy and show support for the people of Lebanon. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. And of course, we will keep all the people in Lebanon in our prayers after this tragic, tragic explosion. So thank you for your words today.
Thank you.
Next item, please.
Unfinished business, there is none listed. We are moving to page 2 of the agenda, offering of all petitions, ordinances, resolutions, and presentations. There are none listed. So we will move to reports from committees. Report A is from the Committee on Public Services. There are 12 items listed on pages 2 through 5 of the agenda.
Thank you. Commissioner Marecki.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to offer a receive and file for number 1 and move approval for items 2 through 12. And I'd like Commissioner Palomera to be the maker of the motion on item 6.
Madam the Chair, I like to be, this is Al, I like to be the motion maker on item 2.
Yes, of course.
I'll support the motion.
It's been moved
Support.
by Commissioner Marecki, supported by Vice Chair Palomera. Is there any discussion on these items?
Yes.
Chair lady.
I heard Clark Coleman.
Yes, I just wanted to bring attention to item number 4 and to bring it to the attention of Commissioner Baker McCormick, because I believe that might be in her district. Finkel between from Schaefer to Myers.
Yes, that is in my district. And thank you so much for noticing that for me. And I would like to be the maker of the motion.
Sure, no problem.
Thank you.
Commissioner Marecki.
Yeah.
Madam
Yes.
Chair. Commissioner Anderson, I just wanted to ask if the chair of the committee would have number 5. I would like to make the motion for that since it's in my district.
Of course, no problem.
Thank you.
And I see Commissioner Killeen's hands up. Commissioner Killeen.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have a question on item 8 and on item 9. It seems to me we started down the evaluation process of all of the county bridges a little while back. And I thought we had rated them, and somebody can correct me if we're wrong. I thought we had rated them for what we need to get to first. And so now we have this contract for bridge inspection So what's going on with our bridge project in Wayne County? Do we know what the order is of what we have to go after, or are we still, they haven't been inspected yet? What's the update on that project?
Is someone from Public Services on the line that can answer that question? I think I saw Ron. I don't know if this is in his wheelhouse.
Madam Chair, Andrew Kandrivas here. I think Elizabeth Taylor from engineering. Elizabeth, are you on the line? I saw her twice. I think she's on. Yeah. If not, Ron Agasinski's here.
Elizabeth?
Yeah, this is Elizabeth. Basically, this contract is to continue the annual bridge inspections for all of our bridges. So this is so we were required to perform routine bridge inspections, essentially in perpetuity.
But I thought it seems like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, we started down evaluating all the bridges in the county to see, you know, the discussion at the time was, you know, we don't have enough money, so we gotta study these things and put the most needed ones at the top of the list. Do we have that project still underway?
No, absolutely. We're triaging our bridges and similar to our roads, we rate each of our bridges and,
right,
and prioritize the ones that are deteriorating rapidly.
Yep.
But it is a constant process.
Okay, but that has been done, that rating system. This is just the annual inspections.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. And on item 9, what is grade separation? I see we're adding that to the contract for mowing. What does grade separation mean?
Okay, hi, this is Doug Jesse, Department Manager Forestry. And grade separations are the banks on either side of raised railroad tracks or roads. So there's normally 4 corners of grades, and they've actually been contracted for a long time.
But we're adding them now. Are you talking berms?
No, they're more like slopes, like on a freeway. So it's specialized equipment to mow them.
Okay, and we're adding that to our services now.
Yes, sir.
All righty. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, I have a question about the inspection.
Okay, Ms. Hayden.
Yes, I know in the past the history didn't show too much of good inspection, and we have a situation where bridges was deteriorating because lack of maintenance, and it showed they have an inspection on it. And then the rumor was the inspection was done from the office. And now we contract with outside company to do some inspection. Do the county have somebody to follow up on those inspections if it's done properly?
So this is Elizabeth Taylor again. So to answer the commissioner's question, yes, we constantly we have an engineer in the bridge that goes out and verifies the inspections on all the bridges, and then also if the consultants make recommendations, those recommendations get followed up with, and we typically will get a second opinion on the recommendations, especially if it's a weight restriction or a closure.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Any further discussion on the public services report? Seeing no hands, hearing no one, we'll do a roll call vote for the public services report.
Commissioner Anderson?
Yes.
Commissioner Basham?
Yes.
Commissioner Baidoon,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Daub,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Yes.
Commissioner Kuzic,
Yes.
Commissioner Marecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Ware,
yes,
Vice Chair Palomera,
Yes.
Chair Bell,
Yes.
motion carries.
Okay, and I'm going to ask that everyone mute their phone except for commissioners unless you're speaking. And commissioners, if you want to mute your phone, if you're not speaking, that's fine as well. Next item, please.
We are on Report B from the Committee on Ways and Means. There are 5 items listed on pages 5 and 6 of the agenda.
Commissioner Varga?
Thank you. Move approval.
Support Anderson.
It's been moved and supported. Any discussion on the Committee on Ways and Means report? Any discussion on the items on the Ways and Means report? Items 1 through 5? Hearing none. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Baidoon,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Daub,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Yes.
Kuzic,
Yes.
Commissioner Marecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Ware,
yes,
Vice Chair Palomera,
Yes.
Chair Bell,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you. Next item, please.
We're on Report C, Committee on Health and Human Services. There is 1 item listed.
Commissioner Killeen.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We do have 1 item. This is a philanthropic donation to the county from Steve Ballmers of Microsoft fame's foundation. And there's no county match. It's a $200,000 gift or a $100,000 gift, and they're going to buy face masks for kids in low-income communities. 25,000 of them. They're going to go to kids in K to 8th grade. Highland Park, Hamtramck, River Rouge, Ecorse, Inkster, Romulus, Dearborn, Westland, and Garden City are the targeted cities where these 25,000 will be distributed. I move it for approval, Madam Chair.
Support Anderson.
Thank you. Question, is there anyone here from the department? This is a great donation. My question is, do we know how they're going to distribute those items?
We do, Madam Chair.
And
But
how is that?
They can
If they-
tell you the
details?
Yeah, the specific.
the
There are
classroom.
points of distribution listed in the agenda today, but I'll let the department do their thing. If they're
Someone
here
here
to do.
from Health and Human Services? Anyone here who can speak to this great gift that we're getting?
Commission staff for the committee should have the list of.
That's fine. I won't belabor it. I'll discuss with them offline.
Okay.
Because we does have 1 item, I'm going to do a voice vote for this one. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Anyone wish to abstain? Madam Clerk?
Motion carries.
Thank you. It was a great gift. This is wonderful. Hopefully we'll get more items like this with companies doing their philanthropy. Thank you. Next item.
We're on page 7 of the agenda, Report D from the Committee on Audit. There are 2 items listed.
Commissioner Basham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have 2 items to receive and file at this time. I'd move those items.
I'll support Daub.
Moved and supported. Again, these are 2 receive and file items from the Audit Committee. Because of that, we can do a voice vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Anyone wish to abstain? Thank you so much. Did
Motion
someone say
carries.
something? Okay, thank you. Next item, Madam Clerk.
We are on Report E from the Committee on Public Safety, Judiciary, and Homeland Security. There are 4 items listed on pages 7 and 8 of the agenda.
Commissioner Clark Coleman.
Yes, there is one item that I'm going, and I can't see them all because I can only see 1, 2, and 3. Okay.
Not yet, Commissioner.
Okay, so I was looking for it, but I suppose it's not. Okay, you can roll it back to the beginning of it again. Okay, I move approval of items 1 through 4.
Support.
Moved and supported by Commissioner Scott. Any discussion on these 4 items?
Yes, Madam Chair. Colleen?
Commissioner Killeen.
Thank you. On item 2 here, it is certainly not unusual at all for the Federal Department of Justice to work with local law enforcement on issues. Is this related to the recent discussion in the paper about federal law enforcement coming to Detroit to help out our local policing with the uptick in gun violence and tracking down people with felony warrants? Is this part of the same effort that we're hearing about in the paper?
Tony, can you explain exactly what these things are for?
I certainly can. Thank you. Through the chair. First of all, Madam Chair, we thank you very, very much for your exigent approval. We did not want to lose this grant. And to Commissioner Colleen's question, the answer is no. We began working on this grant back in, I believe, September of last year. This was put in place primarily as a federal task force utilizing a one-man grand jury on violent crimes, gun crimes, and human trafficking specifically. But no, this predated any of what has been in the news media lately.
Well, thank you for that, and thank you for getting on this grant. But I do think in these times and what's in the paper, it is important to remind people that federal, state, and local law enforcement work together all the time to solve particular issues. And so there's nothing, really unusual other than the times we're in for these kinds of activities to take place. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any additional questions or comments for the public?
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Madam Chair, Commissioner Anderson, I just wanted to ask if someone's there that could address item 3. Let's see, yes, item 3 on page 8, having to do with a Michigan DNR grant for the Sheriff's Office. And I know Commissioner Basham has made a big issue about the Marine Safety Division of the Sheriff's Office. And will this address any of the concerns that he had as far as will they be able to use this grant for the work that he said needs to be done with the Marine Division?
Okay. This is Commissioner Clark Coleman. That issue did come up, as you know. Commissioner Basham sits on my committee, and of course, he's looking at any avenue to get that done. But I'm going to let Samaya explain exactly how these funds are used.
Okay.
Good morning. Good morning. Through the chair, Samaya Harb, Director of Administration at the Sheriff's Office. This grant cannot be used to construct the seawall or construct a concrete walkway. This grant is strictly for salaries and fringes for 1 officers during the winter, and then 3 part-time FTEs from Memorial Day to Labor Day on overtime, and it pays for fuel, it pays for boat repairs, but it does not pay for the construction of the seawall or the walkway, or to provide us a safe access to the marina.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any additional questions on items 1, 2, 3, or 4 from the Public Safety Committee? Okay, hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Baidoon,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Daub,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Saleen,
Yes.
Commissioner Knizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Marecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Ware,
yes,
Vice Chair Palomero,
Yes.
Chair Bell,
Yes,
motion carries.
thank you. Next item, please.
We are on Report F from the Committee on Government Operations. There are 4 items listed on pages 8 and 9 of the agenda.
Thank you. Commissioner Martha G. Scott.
Thank you, Madam Chair. On item number 1, I'd like for that to be received and filed. And the other items, 2 through, I believe it was 6, yeah. Oh, okay, the other 2 items, I need a motion. I move that, and I'd like some support.
Support.
Item 2
Supported.
through 4.
Yes.
Who supported?
Receive and file for number 1.
Clark Coleman supported it.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion to receive and file item 1 and move approval from items 2, 3, and 4. Any discussion on these items in government operations? Any discussion, questions on these items? Let me check my hands. Seeing no hands, hearing no one speaking. Okay, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Baidoon,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Daub,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Yes.
Commissioner Knizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Marecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Ware,
yes,
Vice Chair Palomero,
Yes.
Chair Bell,
Yes,
motion carries.
thank you. Next item, please.
We will move to the addenda for Report G from the Committee on Ways and Means. There are 2 items listed.
Okay, very good. Commissioner Varga.
Thank you. I would like to move the 2 items and then speak on it.
Support.
Support.
Anderson.
Thank you. I would like to call on our CFO, Hewley Newsome, on the phone. If you could unmute him, please. And Mark Abel, we have some good news. We are going to be refinancing some of our bonds. And so it's very exciting times about that. Since I see online that Mr. Newsome is on the phone, I would like Mr. Abel to go ahead and tell us all about it.
Thank you, Commissioner. We have currently outstanding debt in approximately $248 million that is now callable, where the interest rate is higher than the current market rates. The biggest part of it is the 2010 jail bonds. And if you recall, those were Build America bonds. They were taxable bonds, so those who owned the bonds or purchased the bonds had to pay federal taxes on it, so we were getting a credit from the Internal Revenue Service on it. But still, the outstanding interest rate was approximately 9%. and the net cost to the county was approximately 6%. We recently issued bonds in 2018 for the jail, and the effective interest rate was about 3.91%. So the spread is rather significant, and on almost $250 million worth of outstanding debt, it'll be a substantial savings to the county. I mean, in the millions of dollars per annum, just in the interest rate. So the bonds are callable, and I think it's a wise decision, actually in full support of our financial advisor. So I think that this is a very, very positive step for the county.
Very good. This is something we've been working on and discussing for quite a while, so I'm glad to finally see it come to fruition. Is our CFO on the line? Mr. Newsome, are you able to join us? I don't know if you can.
Unmute.
I know that I saw that our financial advisor is on the line. If perhaps if they have any comments, Madam Chair.
Can you unmute everyone?
There you go.
Okay, now I'm unmuted. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
This time it wasn't my fault. I've been talking into a muted phone so much, but this time it wasn't my fault. So, no, I think that the administration has been working, and we do have our financial advisor on the line in case there are any detailed questions. But, we are at a point now that you all know we've been working very hard to make sure that we're addressing the oncoming fiscal challenges that the county is facing and sure to continue to face in light of the fact that we are dealing with this pandemic, in this country and in this world. So we've come to you and talked about some of the things that we're going to have to do to, things that we've had to cut, positions we've had to cut. But this is something we feel is, low-hanging fruit that we should be doing if the opportunity is right now. The market is such that interest rates are low, historic lows on the market, on the interest rate market. But on top of that, we also have the opportunity, as Mr. Arabo pointed out, we also have the opportunity to take advantage of the fact that so many of our bonds are coming up and are now callable, or soon will be callable. And so we've been working diligently to get this ready for you, and now we're asking for authorization to do this refinancing. And really would appreciate your support.
Great. Any comments or questions from commissioners on this item?
Madam the Chair, well, the question is how much this saving would be in this? I know they calculate that before they apply for it.
Right. It's difficult to put a number on it, but I will tell you that. But the problem is we don't know where the market is going to land when we finish the transaction. Obviously, the county, this would be an authorization to do the refunding. If something something happens, we're in an unprecedented territory in terms of the market. Something happens that we don't expect that would mean that this is not financially viable for the county. We wouldn't enter into the transaction. But it's difficult for us now to put a number to it. But I will say that if it doesn't get us savings, we won't actually finish the transaction. I don't know if Noreen is on and she wants to give a ballpark, but it's difficult for us right now with everything that's going on in the market to say a true number.
But would be fair to say it'll be a few $1 million saving.
Absolutely.
If I could speak on that, if I can give you some anecdotal, I know that on the Build America bonds, our net interest cost is approximately 6%, and there's $188 million outstanding. And the 2018 bonds were issued at 3.9%. I mean, that's a spread of 2 percentage points. So 2 percentage points applied to several $100 million is significant savings just on the interest. Now, obviously, we have to pay out the principal also, so the debt service will affect that as well. But yes, I think it's fair to say that the savings will be very significant.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any additional questions or comments? Okay, this is good news. So we look forward to getting the actual numbers when we actually put them to market. So thank you so much.
Chair, on item 2,
yes.
I wanted to let all of the members know that in our discussions yesterday, we asked that with this person being funded for veterans outreach, that keep in mind that we need statewide coverage, not just one part of the county where we do have free parking, and currently now be able to social distance as well. And Commissioner Baker McCormick will follow the program. This is just the funding part. So we're in good hands with her, and she also is on the same page wanting the same thing. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Any questions for item number 2? Any questions for item 2? Don't see any hands.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I'm not sure, but I'm on my phone and I can hardly see any of this. But is this one where some block grant dollars for communities? Is it in here? My
No.
pad, it's not.
This is for one outreach person in the Veterans Division.
Oh, okay. All right.
Reallocating $16,000 from the general to the general fund for that outreach person.
And by the way, Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
We will have a discussion on that at 12 noon today in the special committee on Senior and Veterans Affairs. So if you want to pop in, the Director of Veteran Affairs will talk to that.
Very good. Any further questions on items 1 and 2 on the Committee on Ways and Means? Any further questions? Discussion? Hearing none, let's do a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Dobb,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Yes.
Commissioner Knizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Marecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Ware,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomera,
Yes.
Chair Bell,
Yes.
motion carries.
Okay, thank you. Next item, please.
We will return to the agenda, page 10, upcoming committee and task force meetings.
Okay, everyone, please note the days and times for the committee meetings. If there are any changes, please alert the clerk. Next item.
Public comments.
Okay, do we have any comments that have come to your email, Madam Clerk?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I will check the chat to see if we have anything on the chat. No one has put anything in the chat. Unmute the line so that we can see if there's anyone on the telephone or on Zoom who would like to make a public comment. Everyone is unmuted. Is there anyone on the line who would like to speak under public comments? Anyone on the line who would like to speak under public comments?
Wait, I need the other side.
Anyone on the line who would like to speak under public comments? And you can also use the chat. And you can always email plane@waynecounty.com. Okay, hearing none, you can put everyone back on mute and go to the next item.
We remain on page 10 of the agenda, new business. We have 2 items listed on the agenda and 2 on the addenda.
Okay. Go ahead.
Item number 1 is requesting commission approval of modification number 2 to a 5-year professional services contract with 2 2-year options to renew between the Charter County of Wayne and Cherry Road Technologies.
Okay, who's here to speak on this one? do you need to unmute? Who's here to speak on the Cherry Road?
Matthew Dubay,
IT?
Deputy Chief Financial Officer.
Hello. Go
Hi.
ahead, Matthew.
To the chair, I very much appreciate this being taken up as new business today. This particular contract amendment is adding approximately $3 million to the Cherry Road agreement that we have. Cherry Road Technologies is the company that is implementing our new enterprise resource planning system and our replacement for our payroll system. This change is to settle some disagreement that we had with the vendor originally on certain items that were or were not included in our original contract. It also adds funding for certain gaps between what we originally asked for and what we have realized is necessary for the systems to be fully implemented. We haven't done an implementation of this size in over 20 years. And so this, I believe, takes us to a point where we have the necessary contractual inclusions to get us to the finish line.
Hey, with this $3 million added, where are we in terms of total costs so far?
The total project cost is not anticipated to change. The original plan was for $30 million in total cost. This does not change that. So we are adding to the Cherry Road contract, but it is not a change in the project plan.
Okay. Any questions on this item?
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson. Matthew, where are we at as far as full implementation? How soon is that going to be in place? Because I think we've been on 2 years. We're a little over 2 years or maybe almost 3 years now in the process.
We started in late 2018. So although we had some expenditures in 2018, it was only maybe a month or two. So really, we're now nearing the end of our second full year of implementation work. We are going through the payroll implementation. That is the first component that we're going to be replacing is the county's payroll system. That is going to be followed up with the finance and accounting system. Right now, we believe that we are still on track for a fiscal year 22 completion for everything.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you.
Commissioner Kling?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Why is this coming to us as new business and not going through committees?
We one of the issues that we ran into is Amendment 1, which is an amendment to the language of the Cherry Road contract, was to add a couple of banks to be implemented for the Treasurer's Office. As that was going through committee and to go to full board, we had already negotiated this change with the vendor. What we ran into is that from a systems limitation perspective in TCM, we could not put in Amendment 2 until Amendment 1 was fully approved. As soon as Amendment 1 was approved, we went back and finalized everything, and we want to make sure that this gets through as quickly as possible so that the vendor has the opportunity to work on some of these components soon, so as not to delay any gates that we want to achieve, any milestones we want to achieve.
Thank you.
Any additional questions on item 1? Any additional questions on item 1? Don't see any hands. Hearing no commissioners. Okay, we'll go to item number, I'm sorry. Go to the next item, please, Madam Clerk.
Item number 2 is requesting commission approval of a 3-year contract with 1 2-year option to renew between the Charter County of Wayne and Trinity Services Group.
I'm sorry, Madam Clerk, let's go to item.
Madam Clerk.
Item number 1 and dispose of item number 1 first, and then we'll go to item number 2. Back to item number 1 with Cherry Road. Let's take a roll call vote for that one, please.
I need a motion and support.
Okay.
Moves.
Oh.
Okay, I need a motion and support.
I think that was Ray.
Moved by Commissioner Basham.
Yes.
Supported by
Varga.
Anderson.
Commissioner Varga.
Okay, moved and supported. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Dahl,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Kling,
Yes.
Commissioner Knizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Marecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Ware, Vice Chair Pro Tem,
Yes. Yes.
Vice Chair Palomera, Vice Chair Palomera, Vice Chair Palomera,
Is he on?
Yeah. He decided to get in the water, I guess.
Yeah. No, my phone cut out. Yeah.
Vice Chair Palomera,
Yes, please.
Chair Bell,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you. Okay. All right, next item, please.
Item number 2 is requesting commission approval of a 3-year contract with 1 2-year option to renew between the Charter County of Wayne and Trinity Services Group.
Okay, thank you. Before we take a motion for this,
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Irma Clark Coleman.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm asking that this be referred back to my committee. There's been a couple hiccups that we want to discuss it. I think we need further discussion on this item. So I would appreciate if you could refer that to public safety so that we can take another look at that.
Is a motion to refer back to committee. Is there support?
Support.
Okay, fantastic. Yes, there's been a couple of issues that have come to my attention, so I think this needs further vetting. So I'm in agreement of sending this to committee. So roll call vote to refer this item back to committee.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Basham,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Dahl,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Kling,
Yes.
Commissioner Knizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Marecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Ware,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomera,
Yes.
Chair Bell,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you. Next item, Madam Clerk.
We are moving to the addenda. Item number 3, under new business, is requesting commission approval of the Charter County of Wayne's proposed program year 2020 annual action plan for submittal to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Okay, is
Madam
Mr.
Chair.
Carroll online?
Madam Chair, Terry Carroll, Community Development. This is our yearly annual action plan, which actually serves as the application for CDBG home and ESG funds from the federal government. This year, we will be receiving $5,626,005 in CDBG funds, $2,848,377 in home partnerships program funds, and $478,870 in ESG funds. This is the second year of the Change program that saw $20,000 being available to each community for local programming, and then a massive RFP going out to the remainder of the 34 participating jurisdictions. And I believe we selected, or the committee selected, 12 RFP projects to fund this year, and those would be included in the information that's been presented to you. We have a hard deadline of imposed by HUD of having to have this in their hands by August 16th every year. That's why it's coming as new business. And I would especially like to thank not only the commission chair for allowing this to come under immediate consideration, but extend our thanks to the commission staff, especially Mary Carr and Joe Slezak, for helping us through with this. And at this point, I guess I would be happy to answer any questions.
Madam Chair.
Any questions at this time? Commissioner Scott.
Thank you, Madam Chair. You know, I was going through it and I didn't see Highland Park in this, and I'm wondering if it is too late for me to request that Highland Park be a part of this. I need that for code enforcement, for salary.
You know, that's what they applied for and received last year for their $20,000. We could make that change right now, Commissioner. My suggestion would be that we take it out of project delivery, which is a Wayne County line item. Project delivery is our bucket to go into to handle any of the architectural engineering costs in the RFP projects. And it's really sort of a guesstimate anyway. So we currently have $500,000 in there. And I would suggest that if the commission wants to fund Highland Park for code enforcement for $20,000, that it be taken out of project delivery.
I would certainly appreciate if I can get that, Madam Chair.
Okay, since the funds are already in that account, it looks like it's just a line item move with internally, so that shouldn't be a problem.
You're correct.
Madam Chair.
Oh,
Madam
thank
Chair.
you so much.
Yes, Commissioner Anderson.
Yes, I just wondered if Terry could tell us, are there any of the cities that were eligible for the $20,000, I believe it is, did not put in a request for that, or is it automatic?
No, we need to have the application, Commissioner, for the $20,000 so that we can determine whether the activity that they want to spend the money on is eligible or not. So
Okay.
There were several communities that did not apply for the $20,000. Northville Township, City of Plymouth. I think Joe racked them up for us at one point in time. I think there were like 4 or 5 of them that did not apply.
Is Joe available that he could tell us what the other communities are?
Yes, through the chair. Let me just retrieve my my analysis here.
Commissioner, it's Mary Carr. I can tell you it's Belleville, Highland Park, Northville, Plymouth, and River Rouge.
Exactly, yes.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's all I have, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much. I see hands. Commissioner Colleen, then Commissioner Dobb.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And thank you, Mr. Carroll, for the explanation about why we're seeing this without going through committee. But these home dollars always stimulates much discussion within committee. And now that the system is a little bit different, and you referred to four or five communities that did not submit something for their $20,000 application, I think not going through committee, because we've had some questions here, and I'm sure there's more questions than mine. What I would like to see, Madam Chair, is that we have a discussion item in committee where the committee can look at this plan, even though we're going to vote on it today and more than likely pass it. I think it would be real good for the committee to get into some of these details. Why are communities not applying? Do they not have the resources to make an application? You know, to understand better, this is 10 million of very important money that's going out into the community. So I would recommend that at the next committee meeting, that this would be on for a discussion item so commissioners can get a little more deep into it.
Commissioner Hayes is the chair of the committee, and I'm sure he is noting your request. So thank you for that, sir. And Commissioner Hayes will take that.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Dodd?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Terry, is for the communities that did not apply for the $20,000, has the deadline for that application already passed, or do they have any opportunity to apply? Like if the commissioners were to go to them and say, you know, hey, just a reminder, you have $20,000 on the table. Do you want to apply for this?
The deadline was May 24th. If they wanted to apply now, it would have to go towards next year's application, since we actually have to list out by community, by activity, by dollar amount in our HUD application next week. We had to draw the line somewhere.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. I see Commission Counsel has her hand up. Commission Counsel?
Yes, Madam Chair. So just for clarification purposes, every year the administration requests delegated authority to execute the contracts related to CDBG. So along with this item, there's a request for delegated authority so that they can execute the contracts for CDBG with the municipalities and nonprofits and others in accordance with the details of the plan that you're approving today. So I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention, that you are delegating authority for the CDBGs. And Terry, if you correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know that those are just limited to nonprofits and municipalities. So I would say any vendor with regards to the CDBGs, so long as it's consistent with the plan that the body is approving today, would be we would be giving delegated authority to the CEO for those agreements, which is our usual course. The ESG contracts and the home contract will still require commission approval on an individual basis. So just to clarify what we're approving today.
Thank you, Felicia. That is correct.
Thank you, Felicia. Commissioner Colleen, you have another question?
Yeah, I wanted to thank Commission Counsel for reminding us of that. And I think that underscores why I would like to see this for a discussion back in committee, because the delegated authority, I don't know if all commissioners understand what that is. And that's another aspect of the discussion here that we get into every year in committee when we look at this HUD dollars. So thank you to Commission Counsel for the reminder on this.
Any further discussion on item number 3? Any further discussion on item number 3?
I have a question for clarification, please, Chair. This is Pam.
Yes.
So I heard there was an amendment, and I just wanted to know if there was a motion needed that amended, or if it's just the regular motion, Felicia?
You mean for the Highland Park?
Yes.
Carol, Mr. Carroll, does that need?
I would like an amended motion if I could, because we will submit that motion along with the application to HUD.
So moved. I'd like support, please.
Okay, I'm clear, Madam Chair.
Hold on, everyone. Clarification from Commission Counsel.
So when this initial discussion, it was indicated that that was just a line item. So Terry, are you now saying that you actually need to amend the document that's before the commission in order to include Highland Park? And if so, where's that amendment at? Where's the language? What would it read? Where would it be placed?
Okay. If we can move the money internally, then we don't need the amended motion.
But that's a fiscal. I don't know the answer to that, but if we can, so I guess Mary, do you know if we can do that without an amendment here to the actual plan document? Or should this be listed in the plan that we're approving today, I guess is the question.
Through the chair, I think as long as it's a line item coming out of the same fund and business unit, it should be okay. So right now, I don't know where the project delivery fund, fund money is coming out of.
Project delivery money comes totally out of CDBG.
Okay, then yeah, they don't need to do an amendment.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you so much for including.
Thank you. Any further discussion?
Yes, Madam Chair. I tried to raise my hand.
I'm sorry, Commissioner, I did, okay, go ahead, Commissioner.
Do these dollars that we're talking about for Highland Park fall under the delegated authority the Commission Council pointed out? Are these dollars the ones that we give delegated authority to the administration to change as they will?
We don't anticipate changing it. You know, what the delegated authority is that we go forward with what you've approved right now without coming back and having to have commission approve separately individual contracts.
Well, that's what I mean on this. Yeah. Is this under the delegated? This would be under the delegated authority. Yes. So administration can just do it under the delegated authority.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you. Any further discussion on item number 3?
To answer some of the question, Madam the Chair, about why it came under immediate consideration, because the deadline with HUD on August 16, and the way the meeting, the full board meeting, that would not fall in timely manner to approve it. So to comply with HUD, that's why we have it come under immediate consideration. And I want to thank you and the staff for put it on and to us to be able to obtain the money without any violation.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
We'll go on to the next item.
We need to vote, I think.
We're going to do 3 and 4 together.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Item number 4.
Item number 4 is requesting commission approval of modification number 1 to a cooperative volume licensing contract between the Charter County of Wayne and Dell Marketing.
Okay.
Varga, move approval.
Okay, Varga moves approval, supported by Commissioner Hayes. Is there someone here to speak to this, please?
Yes, Stacy Johnson, contract manager. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. First, I want to thank the CEO's office for their assistance and all of the commission staff for considering this as an immediate consideration. This particular contract is to add 2,000 remote desktop services and user client access licenses to the capabilities needed, due to the capabilities needed to expand the remote access services due to COVID-19.
So due to COVID-19, the services is needed to help people with remote services?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions on this item?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Commissioner Baker McCormick?
Just a clarification, are the funds coming from the COVID dollars, or is this county funds?
The funds will be coming from the CARES Act.
CARES, okay, great. But it's, however, it's not indicated, or is it?
It is indicated in the transmittal letter.
Okay. I'm not looking at that. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Additional questions on this item? Any additional questions on this
Madam
item?
Chair?
Yes.
Would it be possible for the commission to get a little bit of that COVID monies, and so we commissioners could have Zoom membership individually too, or somehow so we could have visual town hall meetings while the COVID is still very active?
The commission has a Zoom number that is open to any commissioner to use right now.
I just didn't want to have to use staff that, you know, if we didn't have to.
And we don't have to use staff. You can, we have a number where you can do it with your staff, can conduct those meetings.
Thank you. Very good.
Okay, very good. All right, Commissioner Ware.
Yeah, my question is, I didn't know that that was available to us, so who do we need to talk to about the Zoom number?
Pam Lane.
Call me.
Madam Clerk.
I'm sorry.
Madam Clerk, Pam
Thank
Lane.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Clean.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. On the subject of CARES dollars, I would like, Madam Chair, that the commission receive a report from administration, how much in CARE dollars we've received, what have we expended them on so far, how much is still left to be allocated, and I would also like to hear from administration on what their plans are for the unallocated dollars, so that the commission has a good overall sense of how CARES dollars are flowing through the county and what they're being allocated to. So I would like to get a report from administration, what the total amount of CARES dollars we have received, what have we spent them on, and what does the administration have plans for any dollars that are unexpended yet.
That request has actually been made already, Commissioner, and we are awaiting that report. Once that is in, we'll either do it in a committee of the whole or in Ways and Means, but that has actually been asked for. And if you will recall, when we first received the dollars, I asked all the commissioners to contact the administration for suggestions on how you wanted those monies spent.
Right.
So hopefully commissioners, if they had ideas, did send those to the administration or to Mark Abbo to then send to the administration. So, but yes, we are awaiting that, and I hope to have that within the next couple of weeks.
Well, I'm glad you did that, Madam Chair, because, you know, I did see that you sent that around. But my thought on that also is, let's look more than individual ideas and individual districts, any larger projects that are out there that might be countywide, that the commission may or may not agree with administration that it would be valuable to spend on those. So I'm glad we're going to have, hopefully in committee of the whole, a larger discussion. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Madam Chair?
Yes,
Just clarification in the information in the report. Will it have the deadline in which we have for spending the dollars as well?
Deadline is December 31st.
It is December 31st. Okay.
Yeah, unless Congress extends it, and I am under the understanding that they may, but as of the original CARES Act, it was due to have everything expended by December 31st.
Thank you.
Commissioner Ware, I still see your hand up. You have a question?
No.
Okay, thank you. Okay, any further? Thank you, ma'am. Any additional questions on item number 4? Additional questions on item number 4? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion for item 3 and 4.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Support.
Okay, moved by Commissioner Killeen, supported by Commissioner Hayes. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Bastian,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydoun,
Yes.
Commissioner Clark Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner Daub,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Killeen,
Yes.
Commissioner Knizik,
Yes.
Commissioner Marecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker McCormick,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Ware,
Yes.
Vice Chair Palomera,
Yes.
Chair Bell,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you. Next item, please.
We will return to the agenda, page 11, testimonial resolutions and certificates of appreciation. There are none listed. We are moving to memoriams. There are 8 names listed. and it has been brought to my attention that staff missed an email which would make it 9, a memoriam by Commissioners Ware, Bell, Scott, Clark Coleman, and Baker McCormick in memory of Thea alias Todd White.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any discussion on memoriams?
May they all rest in peace.
Amen.
Amen. Hearing no discussion, if everyone could please silence their phones for a moment of silence in memory of those that we've lost. Thank you. Next item, please.
Reconsiderations.
There are none. Next item.
Remarks by members.
Any members wishing to give remarks at this time, please raise your hand. If you're on Zoom, if you're not on Zoom, please just shout out if you're on the phone. Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just wanted to give an update on the Wayne County Commission Youth Council. We will officially start up the program in October because of the COVID-related issues, and some schools may not start, or we're trying to figure out what's going on in the school systems. We will start the program officially in October through April 2020, and we will hold Zoom-related meetings with the students. Each commissioner can choose from an application process 2 students that live in their district. And the applications will be provided by the end of August to be submitted to those students. There is an application deadline, which is listed in the application. So just wanted to let everyone know that we're still moving forward with the Wayne County Commission Youth Council. I want to thank the chair for her help in this initiative. Also, Commissioner Dobb, thank you so much for your help as well. The other thing I wanted to mention is on August 30th and 31st, the Detroit Memorial Day event is taking place those 2 days. And it is to honor the lost lives from COVID, also to honor the first responders. I was appointed to the committee to help with this memorial service. On August 30th, there will be events in each city council district. And then on the August 31st, there will be a memorial drive through Belle Isle. That starts at 8 a.m. Well, that's a tentative start time. And then later on in the evening, on the 31st, there will be the fireworks, the Ford Freedom fireworks. So that again is August 30th and 31st. I hope you all will participate in that event. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Let me just add for the Youth Council, and I hope Jim is on the line. It may be beneficial for him to design a flyer that we can all circulate in our districts. Of course, it will have our individual emails on it, but that will probably be a good idea to have a universal flyer that we can send to all of the high schools or whoever you would like to send an application to for the youth council. So I'll put that on there, the caveat. But thank you for all your hard work, Commissioner Baker McCormick, on both of those.
Madam Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
how do we get the applications?
The applications will be emailed to all of the commissioners with all the information. And as the chair just indicated, we will work on getting a flyer created. So all of that will be emailed to you. It will be your responsibility, each commissioner, to get it out to the district, to the students. Again, it's only 2 students per commissioner, so we probably won't have a difficult time in getting 2 students.
Thank you.
Commissioner Varga?
Thank you. I just wanted to let everyone know that we are going to be working on the budget come the end of this month and the month of September. We are going to start analyzing department by department as the administration gets done with an individual department or elected office. They will be sending that budget down to Mark Abbo and staff, and they will be analyzing it. And then we will be meeting on those particular ones. So it's going to be an ongoing process. And we are not doing a book that we're going to print. We will, however, do a mailer for each meeting according to what will be on the agenda. So if commissioners want to print it out, they can. But we will be doing this as soon as our staff, as soon as they send it, our staff analyze that. We're going to be setting up some meetings. So it's very fluid, but these are hard times. And as you know, Washington is still deciding what to do, so that may have some effect on the budget for next year. So even if we pass, we will pass a budget by October 1st, but even when we do, there may be some moving dollars around even after that. But our budget is a fluid budget, so it can, we can move dollars, line item dollars to within departments. So we would be able to get it done, but it may not be as solid as in the past because we don't know what dollars we will be getting in. So I ask for everyone's patience, and my committee has are dedicated, and they said that whatever we have to do, even if we have to meet some Mondays and Friday mornings, whatever we have to do to get the budget to the commission, we will. You're muted, Commissioner Bell.
Thank you. Commissioner Basham, I saw you waving your hand. I didn't know if you wanted to speak or not.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Or should I say Madam the Chair? Anyway, thank you. I appreciate the comments from Mark Abbo and others today relative to the refinancing of our bonds. We should actually find a little savings there. Hopefully some of those savings can be applied to the Marine Patrol dock down in Elizabeth Park. Anyway, it might save a life, might save a lawsuit, and it's certainly something that's needed. So for whatever it's worth on a macro level, I appreciate the comments from my good friend and colleague, Glenn Anderson today. But anyway, that's important that we look at that dock to the Marine Patrol when we do our budget in October. Also, relative to, I know we had to do some layoffs. We do a lot of constant relations, and we're having trouble trying to find resources for imminent problems, like, for example, you know, it's service request at the, for example, the gun range at Henry Ruff, there's been a dead animal in the ceiling for weeks, 2 weeks, and it smells really bad in there. All sorts of other issues without getting into them today, but just to do, we do a layoff. Some of those people that do some of those jobs are critical to responding to public safety issues, not just the job. So I would ask administration to spend a little time and go back and look at where things are dragging. They can contact commissioners. We'd be glad to go into it in detail. But thank you so very much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Very, very good response there. And we hope that the administration is listening to that. I have a list. Commissioner Dobb, then Commissioner Killeen, and then Commissioner Palomero.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to take a quick minute to thank my summer interns that were with me this summer. We certainly had an interesting summer for the internship program, and we had to conduct most of the program online over Zoom, but they did a wonderful job and helped me out tremendously. So I wanted to thank Polly, Lily, Rena, Blair, and AJ for all of their help, and I wish them the best of luck this fall and going forward in their futures. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. And Commissioner, would you like to speak about the suffrage?
Oh, yes. So we are finishing up the video that we will be showing for the August 20th full board meeting for the celebration of the 100th anniversary of women's suffrage. Once we do get that video finished, we're gonna send that to the members of the task force for review, and then so please, everyone, for the next full board meeting on August 20th, if the women would like to wear white for the Zoom meeting, that would be appreciated, and we'll have a special video to celebrate that anniversary.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Commissioner Palomero?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to congratulate everybody on their successes from this past Tuesday, including the victory of the Commission's CFO, Mark Abbo, who won his race for Northfield Township Supervisor by a nice, tidy number that equates to a good front nine on the golf course. He won by a smooth 39. Congratulations to all.
Thank you, Vice Chair Palomero. Likewise. And Commissioner Tim Killeen.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. I want to thank all of the clerks in Wayne County. There was a lot of predictions of Armageddon on Tuesday, and that did not materialize. And I want to add to this the Secretary of State of the state of Michigan, who I don't know directly, but watching it unfold, brought enormous resources to help with the counting in the city of Detroit, where, you know, it was historic absentees that were turned in, and to have results basically within 24 or 30 hours and get all of that done, I think was tremendous on all the clerks. This is the machinery of government that is much criticized by folks that don't know what they're talking about, but that on a day in, day out basis, the clerks and government, well, cycle after cycle, get the job of counting votes done and done accurately. So thank you to all the clerks out there.
Amen.
Thank you, and that's a wonderful segue. Our Secretary of State, Jocelyn Benson, has been invited to speak to us at our next full board meeting on the 20th. So just know that we look forward to hearing her remarks on how the election went on the 6th and any ideas on how it will go in November, and just to talk about voting and make sure every vote is counted in general. So she will be our special speaker on our full board meeting on the 20th. So thank you for that, Commissioner Killeen, for that great segue. Commissioner Baidoon.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to congratulate all of my colleagues on their victories this past Tuesday, and I'm looking forward to working with all of you for many years to come.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you all so much. Any other hands?
Chairwoman Bell,
Yes, Commissioner Varga.
I want to thank Commissioner Baydoun. He called me late. Actually, he woke me up at 11 o'clock at night to tell me that he was concerned about me and some other commissioners. And I have never seen any person who is so involved in our lives and who wishes us so well as our fellow commissioner. And I think he sort of wanted to hold my hand because he thought that I was going to really not make it. And I went to bed thinking I was not going to make it. 5 o'clock in the morning, I went back to bed and said, I'm done. And 7 o'clock, my husband woke me up and he said, what happened? I said, we lost. And then I came up and got a cup of coffee, went on the Wayne County site, and I said, hey, Bill, we won. So it was really nice to know that there was somebody out there who was almost holding my hand virtually and felt my pain, and then my rejoice. So I am so thankful that we have such caring colleagues as we do. We have a really wonderful team. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And just want everyone listening to know that we have a very dedicated, efficient Board of Commissioners here in Wayne County that work tirelessly every day for our constituents. So I just want everyone to know that everyone here is cohesive, intelligent, and we are so lucky to have each other serving the citizens of Wayne County. Any final?
I like to say congratulations to all my colleagues, and especially to you and your good leadership, and looking forward to continue to work with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you so much.
And I'd like to have a word if I can.
Commissioner Coleman.
Thank you. I just want to thank, when Ilona mentioned about Commissioner Baydoun, it brought back to mind that I need just to personally thank Commissioner Baydoun for providing masks for my poll workers. And so I do appreciate that. He is there whenever I call him, or sometimes when I don't call him. So he made sure that all of my poll workers were protected and they had masks. And so I do appreciate that. Thank you very much, Commissioner Baydoun.
You're welcome.
Wonderful group of people. Thank you all for all that you do for our residents. Okay, with that, I am going to entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move, Madam Chair.
All right, thank you all. Be blessed, be safe, and the meeting is adjourned.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you at 12. See you guys.